Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're solving linear equations. Linear just means there's no exponents except for one in there, so you don't have to worry about square roots or anything like that, just flat out solving equations. Best way to do that, I think, is just to show you several, so that's what we're going to do in this video. Remember, the only rules are, that's a big rule, whatever you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other. You can add anything you want to both sides, subtract to both sides, divide both sides, multiply by both sides. But you must do the same thing to both sides exactly to keep things equal. So, by Algebra 2, you may be at the point to where you're ready, just instead of showing every step of moving things over, that you're kind of just doing that. That's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to do a few arrows here. Like this one, I'm going to move the 9 across the equal sign, and it becomes 21 minus 9 in that case. So it gives me 4x on this side. 21 minus 9 is 12. Divide by 4. Divide 4 on both sides, and you will get x is 3. And obviously, you can check your answers. You can take 3, plug it back in there. The left-hand side, make sure you get 21 when you plug it back in. Second one, same steps really, except there's a negative. I want to do that because there's a negative sign. So move the 41 over. It becomes plus 41 because there's a minus 41 on the left-hand side. If you add negative 13 plus 41, you get 28. Divide both sides by 7. 28 divided by 7 is 4, so you get x equals 4. And the last one on this slide, same deal. Move the 1 over. It's a plus 1, so it becomes minus 1. Gives me negative 3/5 x on this side. Over here, I have 4 minus 1, which is 3. Now, when you have a fraction and you want to get rid of that fraction, you can divide. Think about this. You can divide both sides like we've been doing. But when you divide a fraction, think about what you really do. When you divide a fraction, you really multiply by the reciprocal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that 3 by the reciprocal of negative 3/5, which is negative 5/3. When I multiply those, the 3's cancel, and leaves me a negative 5, which is your solution. A couple more here. Variables on both sides this time. Got a lot of stuff to move over. A lot of people, for obvious reasons, like their variables to be positive. It doesn't really matter to me which way you go, but I'm going to take the 6x across, which is going to make it a positive 6x. So I have a 10, negative 1x plus 6x is 5x. That leaves a 15 on the right-hand side. So I need to get the 10 over there with the 15. I'm going to move the 10 over. Makes it minus 10. 15 minus 10 is 5. Then just divide both sides by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And that's your solution. Wow, this next one looks pretty huge. We'll see what happens. There's distributive property. That's why I put this one in there to show there's actually 2 distributive properties in this one problem. Distribute the negative 4 here. It's going all the way through that parentheses. Negative 4 times 2. Negative 4 times 5 is 20. Negative 20. Now I'm going to distribute the 2 over here. Negative 2x. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. And then just bring down the negative 4x. Now, I'm not ready to move stuff quite yet because I look on my right-hand side and I see like terms. I see the negative 2x and negative 4x. I'm going to combine those. I get negative 6x and minus 18. Now I'm ready to start moving stuff across the equal sign. So I'm going to put it doesn't really matter which way you go. I'm going to take the 8x over here again because most people like that to be positive. So if I take it over, it becomes a positive 8x, which is 2x minus 18. Over here I still have the negative 20. So all I have left to do really is move the 18 over and divide at the end. So I'm going to move the minus 18 over there. When I do that, it becomes plus 18. Negative 20 plus 18 is negative 2. I have 2x over here, so the last step, just divide both sides by the 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. That's weird. I got a 1 and negative 1 on the same page. Did not know that was going to happen. All right, now, if you see one like this where you have 2 different fractions and it's just, combining them, you don't want to really add them together, one sneaky thing you can do is you can multiply. Remember, you can multiply both sides of an equation by whatever you want to. So in this case, I'm going to multiply both sides by 20. And the reason I'm choosing 20 is because that is the LCD of 4 and 5. So really what I'm doing is I'm multiplying 20, if I distribute the 20, I'm doing 20 times this, and also 20 times this. And of course I got the 39 times 20, which I guess I could go ahead and do. I think that's 780. Gosh, I hope so. Okay, so the reason that works out so well is this. The 4 now cancels with the 20. and that leaves me 5 times 1x. And in the second one, the 5 cancels with the 20 and gives me 2 times 4x, which is 8x, 780. Now I can add my x's together. See how easy it is now? The fractions are all gone. This looks so much easier. 5x and 8x is 13x, which is 780. Divide both sides by 13. Let's see, 5, 6 times 13. I don't have my calculator with me. Let me think here. Let me see if I can punch up my head real quick. Okay, it's going to be 60. Let's get x to 60. Sorry about that. I thought I had my calculator on my desk and I didn't. All right, last problem. One kind of word problem today. It says it takes you 8 minutes to wash a car. I wish it just took me 8 minutes. And it takes a friend 6 minutes to wash a car. I really wish that was me. How long would it take the two of you to wash 7 cars if you work together? So what happens is your rate is like 1 car every 8 minutes. And you do rate times time. We don't know what the total time is yet. Your friend's rate is 1 car every 6 minutes times his time. And we're going to figure out how much time it is to get 7 cars. So what I really have here is I have 1/8 t plus 1/6 t equals 7. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did on that last slide. The LCD there is 24, so I'm going to multiply this whole side by 24 and this side by 24. And here I go again. 7 times 24 is 168 on this side. Over here, remember it cancels. 8 goes into 24 3 times, so I get 3t. 6 goes into 24 4 times, so I have 4t. 3t and 4t is 7t, which is 168. And divide both sides by 7. Myself a little bit of room here. We'll be finished up. Divided by 7, I get t is 24 minutes, which is amazing. That means you and your friend can wash 7 cars in 24 minutes working together. That's crazy fast. Anyway, hope that makes some sense. It should be pretty much review for you guys. A lot of different types of equations, and we'll work through a bunch of them tomorrow in class. I'm really excited about that. And I'll see you then.